It was a rainy and foreboding night. Thrill seekers, my friends and I had planned to explore a long-forgotten asylum not too far from home. The asylum had stories about the patients being experimented on. It was said that the government conducted secret projects that opened gates to other worlds, and that the remnants of these gates remain active. I mean, come on, what can I say? We're a curious bunch. Flashlights in hand, we entered the asylum. Its creaking doors and eerie silence presented an ominous tone. The first floor was unsettling, with shattered windows letting in just enough moonlight to cast eerie shadows. As we climbed the stairs to the second floor, we heard faint whispers and distant footsteps, but we brushed it off as our own mind played tricks on us. The third floor was different. It had an oppressive, otherworldly atmosphere. The air grew colder, and the whispers became more distinct, like a spectral choir. I glanced down the hallway and saw a flicker of movement, a shadow that shouldn't have been there. My heart began to race as I followed the others down the hall, drawn to a room that felt even colder than the rest. Inside, we found a circle of old chairs, as if some sinister meeting had taken place. But the center of the room held something far more horrifying. A decrepit, leather-bound book with strange symbols etched onto its cover. Curiosity got the best of us, and we opened up the book. As we flipped through its pages, ancient incantations can be seen jumping out at us as we foolishly began to chant one of them out loud, not realizing the power we had just invoked. That's when the room began to shake, and the walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy. Our flashlights flickered, and the temperature plummeted, and that's when they appeared. Horrifying, shadowy figures, twisted and malevolent, emerging from the walls and floor. We screamed, scrambling to escape, but the doorway had vanished. Figures closed in, and I felt an icy hand grasp my wrist. The world around us twisted and contorted as the room itself seemed to consume us. And then, in an instant, everything went black. When I regained consciousness, I was alone, in a different place altogether. It was a surreal landscape, filled with bizarre creatures and twisted structures. I was trapped in a nightmarish dimension, far removed from the world I knew. As the days turned into what felt like years, I resigned myself to this horrifying existence. I had become a spectral wanderer, lost in the twisted aftermath of our ill-fated curiosity. The asylum had become my eternal prison, and the supernatural forces we had awakened had exacted their twisted revenge, leaving me to roam this nightmarish realm for all eternity. The moment I stepped foot into that old decaying house, I could feel the shivers running down my spine. It was the talk of the town, a place whispered about in hushed tones as the haunted house on the hill. With each creak of the floorboards and every gust of wind through its broken windows, I couldn't help but believe it was true. At the beginning of me entering the house, it filled with eerie occurrences. Sure enough, objects moved on their own. Strange whispers echoed through the hallways, and chilling drafts would sweep through the rooms. I was convinced that the place was haunted, My sleepless nights were plagued by apparitions and the feeling of unseen hands gripping my throat. In the middle of my torment, I began to document my experiences, hoping to prove the existence of these restless spirits. I set up cameras, recorded voices, and even invited paranormal investigators to help unravel the mysteries within those walls. But nothing, and I do mean nothing, could ever have prepared me for what I've actually discovered through these experiences. On the night that it happened, as I laid in bed, paralyzed by fear, a blinding light filled the room. I thought it was the spirits revealing themselves, but the truth was far more sinister. Alien figures with elongated limbs and eyes that seemed to pierce my soul surrounded my bed. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. They probed my mind, extracting my thoughts and emotions, leaving me powerless and terrified. As quickly as they had appeared, they vanished, leaving me trembling and bewildered. It wasn't ghosts that haunted that house. It was alien beings, with their motives unknown to me. My journey to uncover the truth had led me to a revelation beyond my wildest nightmares. I left that accursed place, forever scarred by the realization that the unknown horrors of the universe were far more terrifying than any ghostly apparition. Stop. Just for a moment, and take a deep breath. You're at home. It's been a calm but restless night. You struggle to find some sleep, so you decide to flip on the television. It's your favorite program. You make yourself comfortable as the show begins, but you're not alone. Your faithful companion is with you. With each second that passes, your mind, your body, and your eyes fight you to sleep. It wins. You begin to doze off as the noise around you drowns. For what felt like only a blink of a sleep, you awake to the sound of crying whimpers. It's your companion, scared and concerned. What could it be? As his attention turns towards the other end of the hall, a pulsing light so bright guides its way towards my eyes, and an eerie yet solace hum can be felt bouncing throughout the house. And although your body feels afraid, your mind is calm. It's almost as if it's telling you something, to step outside.